Yeah, I created a TBR jar in 2020 because I have a ton. Like when I have a lot of books, and I keep buying more books. But like she said, I'm a bookstore owner, so I have to read these books to see what I'm going to bring to the store. Yeah. And my DNFs have been the books out of my TBR jar.
Oh my God! Well, that's funny. It happens.
Hey friend, this is Janice, BC mom during the day and romance reader at nighttime.
And this is Estefania. You're reading Running Besties. When I'm not running miles, I'm running straight into Romantasy. And we started The Story Room, a Bookish podcast.
A space for bookish women, busy moms, and book readers who love stories and real conversations.
And this isn't just book talk. You can expect cozy conversations, hot takes, author chats, and real life moments. Same cozy space
every week. So welcome to Story Room,
a Bookish podcast.
Hi, welcome to another episode. We're so excited to be here.
We are. Episode 2 is all about our January wrap up. What was a hit, a miss?
And January, the longest month of the year.
Oh my gosh, January hit and I already had a reading slump.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I finished 4 books, which I'm pretty proud.
That's nice.
So I have my electrolytes because I need to hydrate after my half marathon. Janice with her coffee always.
This is my must-be. I don't function without my coffee. And I have to say, before we get started and we do our books, that there's a lot of books going on, but you love to read. So she's a physical book person. And I have to say the majority of my books are here.
Yeah, I'm like, what book did you read this month? Hold on, let me go through my bookshelf. I have the physical copy.
Yes, she's really good at that. Well, she has a bookstore, so hey, if you want to get more books,
I got
she's a contact. All right, let's do this.
So, as we mentioned, this episode is all about what we read in January, what we loved, what surprised us, what maybe didn't hit, the way we experience it. And if you go back to episode 1, you will hear about how are we going to rate from 5 stars all the way to 1 star. These are no pressure reads. We are mood readers in reality. Honest opinions, no shaming.
Yes.
I might judge her once in a while.
Yeah.
She might judge me. But this is also your...
We're definitely judging characters, is all I have to say.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We definitely have our shadow daddy favorites and bat boys. But remember, these are just our opinions as readers. And what might not be our favorite might be yours. And we're always open to suggestions.
Yeah,
That's for sure. So you want to start with your... Okay, first off, how many books did you read in January?
Oh, gosh. There's a few series here, but I want to say that I did... And again, audiobooks, so much easier. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 11, 12, 13?
You basically read almost a book a day.
Well, it's audiobooks, and listen, busy mom here. I'm folding clothes, doing dishes. I have my audiobook on, so I know. But some of these are series, and we'll talk about it, but they go pretty fast when you're like...
I wish. I only read 4
by the stories. I know, but I know you're reading physical book. It takes longer.
I did one audiobook. The rest were all physical reads.
All right.
So you read 13. You know what? Let's start with me since I had less.
Yeah. I'll go through my list pretty quickly
because there were some
series. So.
We did read some books that were paired because we have our book club. So if you want to be part of our book club, you could join us on Fable at the Story Room Collective. We'll leave the link in the show notes for you to see which books are we reading each month. In January, I did 4 books. One was an audiobook, which was Tuesday Mornings with Maury. I did... We'll talk about that one last. Hell of a Book by Jason Mott. And then One Summer in Savannah by Tara Shelton Harris.
Yeah, this one was our book club one. Which was pretty cool.
And then I also did... Hold on, because I got to take out my handy-dandy book club notebook. We did also... Well, I did. That's it. That's all I read.
It's just 4?
It was 4. It was just 4. And then I did start doing the Meet Me at the Cupcake Cafe, which, again, it's not a DNF. it's just like a not right now because I was not in the mood for this one.
Got it. Okay.
This one, it's cute. It starts out with a recipe that you can make for each chapter. But,
That was nice. That's different.
Yes. Hell of a book. I gave this one a 4.5 stars. It is a banned book. It talks about just how what he did, he wrote it in such a way for you to really see this perspective of how African Americans really deal with the discrimination that they deal with. And it puts it into different perspectives and you really get into the mind of it. So it's an author that goes on tour and he sees this boy, the boy that he sees. And these are spoilers a little bit or a little synopsis. So if you don't want to hear like specific details, I say skip that one. But this black boy that he sees is the boy that ends up being murdered in this book. So it's really, I feel like January for me were books that were heavy emotionally, which is probably why it took me a long time to get through them, and I only read 4 books.
Yeah, makes sense.
Then Tuesdays with Maureen, I've been on this January thing of me wanting to more self-help books because last year was just like fantasy romance, and I feel like I needed something a little bit more different just to kickstart my vision board. Yeah. And Tuesdays Morning with Maureen really just puts perspective on how to appreciate the things in life and how to enjoy them. And then I started my Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. And if you heard on episode 1, Tessa Bailey actually introduced me into the smutty world with window shopping. Great book, amazing, make you obsessed with bow ties. But I had to DNF this one.
You did?
I did DNF it. I gave it up to chapter 3. And
what was about it that you didn't love?
Felt like it was all over the place. Like it was written and the editor's just like, okay, here, go ahead, publish it. Like
I see.
She discovers a body inside the house.
Okay.
She's on an Airbnb vacation with her brother. She finds his body. Then she hires this bounty hunter to help her figure out who's the murderer. But then it ends up like she brings in the bounty hunter. Then her brother comes in and he's like a panda trainer. You lost me. Like it was like.
Yeah, it does sound a little bit.
It's
all over the place.
All over the place. It was not for me. So this was a DNF. And then I read One Summer in Savannah. I think this was probably my favorite read of the entire month. And I didn't tell you my score. So 4.5, DNF 1 star.
DNF 1 star for the Killer Vacation. One Summer in Savannah was a 4.5, and Tuesday Mornings with Maureen was my 5. Okay. Just because it really hit like really sweet at home. Nice. But One Summer in Savannah, I think Tara writes it really beautifully. The tough trauma that Sarah goes through in her life. And she presents this in such a way that she really takes care of your reader. So if you've been through some trauma and want to see a happy ending for somebody and know how to forgive, I think this is a good book. I mean, we read this one together. What were your thoughts? No, it was great. I do know some people had a tough time reading the book just because of the topic. It does contain essay on it, and I know it's a big trigger warning. But overall, I think it did open up for great conversations in the book club, great questions that we were able to talk about, especially thinking live real scenarios, like what would we do? Yeah. And I think that was fun, right? Seeing everybody's perspective. But I think it's beautifully written. I did enjoy it. It's one of my top reads for this month, for sure.
Same. Yeah. Same here. The cool part. And we got to do pizza.
Oh, yes. Pizza night, it's a big thing in the book. So.
Friday night pizza night.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, question, and leave it in the comments. Do you put pineapples in your pizza?
Controversial
I'm the only one that said yes. The black sheep of the group.
It's a big no for me. Big no for me. Awesome. I guess it was fun reads.
It was fun. It was heavy emotional books throughout the year, and I'm looking. For the start of 2026, but February is going to be fun, and we'll talk a little bit what we're getting into February.
Awesome. All right, so I'll go through my list pretty quickly, but I started the month with finishing the series of The Spark of the Everflame. It's an unfinished series. Sadly, I didn't know, so when I finished the 3rd book, it was a major cliffhanger, and I thought that was it. but it isn't. So now I have to wait to know what happens to the main character. It's a fantasy. It was recommended, very, very highly recommended in the BookTok world. So it was on my TBR for the longest time, and I just, for some reason, just wasn't feeling it. But now I'm glad I did. I enjoyed it. It's not my top fantasy series, but it was fun. So far, I've been giving it a 4.
All right, you mentioned BookTok. Does BookTok influence what books you're going to read that month?
Sometimes, I would say.
Yeah.
Other times, it depends on what's available for me to read.
Oh, Hoopla.
Yeah.
Oh, Hoopla. Hoopla
Yes.
be messing with our feelings.
I do like to see what people are saying about the books, but it doesn't necessarily affect if I'm going to read it or not.
Okay.
Because I sometimes don't love a book that's been recommended, and the other way around. I hated a book that everybody was,
Yeah.
saying you have to read. It's so great, and I just didn't get it. So, all right. So that series, it's unfinished. So if you like fantasy, Akatar vibes, I would recommend it. So
Yeah.
it's a 4 for me. Then obviously I did the One Summer in Savannah, which was a fun read as well. I had a book that I DNF, and we'll touch base on that. And then I read Heartstrings by Ivy Fairbanks, which is the second book right after Morbidly Yours. It does have a separate story with different characters, but it does show the life of the characters in the first book. So there's a connection with all of them, which I really love. And to be honest, I love romance. This one was my top number 1 for January. A very fun book. Then I did the Scatter Bones. That's a standalone. It's just the one book. It's very short. In audiobook, I think it's about like 5 hours, I would say. It was very different. In that one, I did rate a 4 as well, because I did enjoy it.
Okay.
I started a series called The Autopsy of a Fairy Tale. And that one is a long series. I think it's like 8 books.
Yeah.
And that's why I did a lot of them, because they're not that long in audiobook. And I did 3 of them, the first 3 books. Very fun. It's, I would say it's like a spin-off of Beauty and the Beast, but with action on it in real life, right? Like within our times. It follows a detective that falls in love with a very strange character in town, and they together solve murders and mysteries. So very fun read. I loved it. I have another second DNF book. Yikes!
You had 2. I mean,
2. I'll
13
talk about it in
books.
a little bit. I know. Then I started the series called On Wings and Blood. That's fully vampire books, which was fun. The series is not finished either. The 3rd book comes out now in March 2026, which I'm very excited. So I read the first one, the On Wings and Blood, and then the Bond That Burns, which is the second one. I started the Shatter Me series, which so far it's been really fun. I would give it like a 3.5 so far, and I've only done the first 2, so we'll see.
Really fun in
Yeah.
a 3.5?
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of things that
Flaws?
I don't know that they.
Are you doing it because you're invested already, or will you have DNF'd a while back?
No.
Yeah?
I'm invested in the
Okay.
story. I want to know what's happening. So yeah. And my last one, which I just finished yesterday, this one was recommended in BookTok, and I did love it. My second top book after Heartstrings is called If It Makes You Happy. It came back in the fall. Beautiful story. Obviously, it's a one standalone book, romance. If you like Gabi Jimenez, this is up there. So I loved it. That's it. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but I take all the in between busy spaces to listen to the other books. So.
What we're all waiting for, the 2 books that you DNF.
Oh, the 2 books. Yes. So one of them I DNF because the story was infuriating. I just have to be honest. It's called Never With You by Courtney Kiesel. I think that's how you say her last name. Mm-hmm. And it's just the banter between the main 2 characters is so much that I was just not rooting for them. Like, I just did not want them to end up
toxic?
together. Oh, yes, 100%. So it's very hard for me to follow up a story where they hate each other to the point of like being disrespectful to each other, and then within a week they're like in love. I just don't.
It doesn't make sense.
That. No, it takes you away from the romance, and it's like probably I think it took I DNF at a third of the book, and I left a Goodreads review on this, but it's like a third of the book, more than half of the book in, and they're still hating each other, and you're telling me that at the end, within like the last 4 days, everything changes. I just didn't love that.
No.
To be honest. So that's one. And my second DNF, this was another BookTok recommendation. It was called Stalked by Seduction and Shadows.
Is it a dark romance?
It is a dark romance.
I knew it. Pass it over.
It is. And it was... And listen, it was recommended by a big reader in the TikTok world. And she was saying that it was a dark romance, but it had a great story. I just didn't connect, and it was more dark than romance for sure. I DNF that one, but I know a lot of people love it. A lot of people thought it was really good.
Would it be maybe some? Because this is what happens to me when I DNF book, and I necessarily don't DNF it. It's just like the audio book. It's either the voices or how it's being read. I cannot. I have to physically end up reading the book because the audio is not going to make me.
Yeah.
Get
This
through
book
it.
specifically was dual narrator, and I think the voices were done very nicely. It was just the story.
The storyline
I just didn't
for you.
love the storyline. So
Yeah, I think that's why our
happens.
DNFs were like. It's just the stories just didn't connect.
yeah, and I actually wanted to continue reading some of the other stories that I felt like were on top of my TBR. I'm like, you know what? At this point, after reading for almost 2 years, I just feel like I prioritize the books that I enjoy. If I'm not enjoying the book.
Yeah, I created a TBR jar in 2020 because I have a ton. Like when I have a lot of books, and I keep buying more books. But like she said, I'm a bookstore owner, so I have to read these books to see what I'm going to bring to the store.
Yeah.
And my DNFs have been the books out of my TBR jar.
Oh my God. Well, that's funny. It happens.
It's really annoying.
I know.
I just want to get through my bookshelves. I have more
Isn't
space.
it funny when we started reading, it was very hard to DNF books, and I feel now that we know what we like and we know how we want to feel, it's so much easier to say, no, I'm moving on to the next one. So I don't know about you, if you're listening, if it's easy or not, but.
What did you feel that January taught you out of the books you read?
Oh, that's a deep question.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think definitely if I am taking the time to be listening and reading some of these books, to really be okay with DNFing books if they're not aligning with my mood, or just putting them away for a little bit. I think before I used to want to just finish them, and now I don't. So I think this is the first time that I DNF 2 books in one month.
That's insane.
I'm sure that list is going to grow.
I mean,
More and more.
at your rate, at 13 books a
Yeah.
month, let's see how many leave in the comments how many books you think she's going to finish in February. And February is a short month.
Listen, I'm starting a new job, so I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to... I have a longer commute now, so I might add some of my audiobooks between going home and going to work. We'll see.
We'll see. So what do you have lined up for February right now?
Right now, it's called The Everlasting. That's the next one on my list. And I want to definitely continue reading some of my TBR. Let me see what I have on my TBR right now, on my holds. One of them is Bride by Ali Hazelwood.
Mine
I
just
think
got
that
released.
one you're going to read very soon.
Yeah.
People would meet on vacation just because I know you're reading that one. But it's also on my list, and I want to read it before I see the movie.
Yeah, which we're meeting for book club on the 27th.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about the movie. Like, are people liking it, or?
Well, I've really been staying away from it.
Okay,
Just because
me
I don't
too.
want to
Me
be
too.
influenced. But so far, I'm in chapter 5.
Yeah.
And it's you'll like it.
Oh, I'm excited. I love
it's
Emily Henry, all of her books.
very
I love
rom-com.
them. Yeah. So I want to read that one, and there is a few on my list. I just don't know if I'm going to have enough time this month to read as many. So listen, and Throne of Glass is my favorite series, so I'm doing a tandem read in book. I think it's 6 and 7, and see how I feel about that. So more on that.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what's her ending number. We'll start tallying up on TikTok.
How many do you guys read? I want to know. Am I the only one that reads a lot during the month? Listen, because I know audiobooks, it's easier to do audiobooks than
They still count. I know there's a huge debate out there, like audiobooks don't count.
Oh, absolutely.
They totally
It's a different way of consuming the book, but I don't think it's reading. Yeah. I think it's just reading. It's one way and listening it's another way. And I feel like just consuming the book and having a similar experience. Yeah. I prefer to read. That's just me. Mm-hmm. But with my time limits and mom life, audiobook is much easier. But I love to pick up a book and just like be in my bed and have coffee and just reading. I love it. Love it. Love it.
It's so much fun.
I know.
It's fun.
I know I'm going to read in the book for the people we meet on vacation.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I do have that one.
I already started annotating. That's one thing I do when I read physical books. I'm an annotator.
Oh, I see. I'm not.
I am. I am an annotator.
All right.
So if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. There is a new episode that drops every other Thursday.
Yeah, we're excited. And listen, this being our second episode, I know we haven't really dived deep into books, but if you have a book that you want us to talk about, send in your comments and suggestions.
Yeah.
We want to include you. And we'll be reading some of your comments live as well.
Yeah, exactly. So stay tuned. Remember, follow us on all social media platforms. Instagram is Story Room Collective. TikTok is The Story Room Collective. And you already found us here on YouTube. And make sure you hit that notification button so you always get notified.
Yes.
So thank you.
Talk to you soon. Bye. Happy reading.
If this felt like your kind of conversation, we are so glad you're here. New episodes of The Story Room drop every other Thursday, so make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for spending time with us, and we'll see you back in the Story Room.